Hey there, YouTubeistas. I want to talk about Hypertoons. A long time ago in Python, using Visual Python, VPython, I made some Hypertoons, and but here I just want to sort of describe them, and then also say that my YouTubes are in a way Hypertoonish, in that they connect around to each other, but it's all jump cutty. Like, if you wanted to take all my YouTubes and recut them in a different order and put them back, you could get continuity in multiple ways. And that's kind of what a hypertune is, but down to continuity like smooth action. So, by the way, thank you everyone. Took one frame from a still under development talk that my friend Sam is organizing with a professional videographer, and I just put that frame on Facebook, and I'm getting a lot of like nice feedback from friends and stuff. Say hello, everyone. So this is what we call indirect theater. I splice a frame from an unseen movie, and people wave back on Facebook. But that's cool, man. I mean, that's probably what they do in Hollywood too. I live in the Silicon Forest, which is not really a forest, and yes, it is a forest. I mean, but the silicon refers to that. This part of the world is like many parts of the world. Um, Lots of big people doing coding and stuff like that, and inventing new chips or fabricating chips also. Big Fab does some chip making here. We're in the middle of, is there an ARM takeover going on? Like, everybody wants ARM chips now, and maybe Intel's behind on that and stuff. So there's lots of ferments as always, and hardware is not my area of expertise. So I've got this light bulb here, but that looks like that's an opinionated looking light bulb there. All of them, aren't they? The ability to anthropomorphize should never be underestimated, I guess. So a hypertune is like a reverie, and I use them a lot in the sense of my coffee shop's network. Think of going into a coffee shop, and I'm just finding out about banks used to be coffee shops in London. And picture these LCDs on the wall, and they're just doing these reveries. They're not trying to grab your attention. They're not shrill. They're not news. They're kind of like what you already get in a bar as well, like just languid fish sometimes, one of those National Geographic kind of, nature specials. They're fun to look at while you really are talking to someone and sipping your beer and or your coffee. But then they can get a lot more nerdy. And I mean that in a good, very good way, and that you're in a college now, and the coffee shop is like MIT coffee shop, and you need when you sort of stare at a screen and have reveries, it would be great if they could help you remember chemistry or something. In other words, they're very mnemonic. So how the hypertune fits into that is it's the keyframes that you really are wanting to start with, and then you have those connected with scenarios, which are smooth transformations. So like picture an icosahedron opening out into Fuller's projection of the world, the map. Think of that then folding back up and turning into, like a dissolve, I suppose, will count as part of a smooth transformation, but don't think so much in terms of the standard filmic conventions of dissolving. You want to keep a sense of solidity throughout the whole thing, but also perfect smoothness. So the viewer doesn't really know when they've hit a keyframe. It's not totally evident what the network is, but you're basically got playheads traveling around. And I did a 2 playhead demo in Python, one of these early YouTubes, and all I do is morph polyhedron to one another because of the jitterbug and all that. It's pretty easy to use Fuller's geometry as an excuse to do hypertunes. And I already feel really good about doing that. I've got this out in the public domain. There should be no barrier to continuing the hypertune concept beyond my abilities, which are limited. All right. So that's what a hypertune is, and there's lots in my blogs about it, and some source code if you dig, but you probably don't need that. And you could do this with live action too, right? I think of people doing a simple student project like, You get off a bus, you walk down some steps off a bus, you wait, you get back on the bus. So you do all these. Then you organize this into a hypertune in such a way that then you go from paying to go sitting on the bus. Then you stand up and give someone your seat. In other words, we do a bunch of short clips like this, but they always segue through a keyframe in a totally smooth manner. So when you watch any version of this, your playhead just wanders in this. You see people smoothly doing things on the bus, getting on and off, paying for it and everything, but there's never really a break in the editing. It doesn't jump cut, unlike these YouTubes, which fit together in a jump cutty way, which is fine too. So reveries, coffee shops, banks, mnemonics, memory banks. All right, Hypertoons help. Talk to you soon. See you in a coffee shop.